today would be to get back that #1 ranking, and you've done that. You must feel very proud that you've achieved it in such a small space of time.
To be honest, I don't think I said that. That wasn't our primary aim to get to #1. It was to find a winning formula with a newish team. And I think after the first test where we did manage to win, and the kind of character we showed in this team, I think we're certainly heading in that direction of finding a good formula for a winning team, hopefully in years to come.
Always comfortable that you're going to do it?
Well, obviously when you lose wickets, it's the nature of the game is like that. You know, you're gonna have moments where you're kind of cruising a little bit, and then the tables turn. So there were some nervous moments, definitely. I think Vernon, the way he handled towards the back end of the game, he had a brilliant game all around, and he bowled brilliantly, and he managed to shepherd the guys to the back end in a high pressure moment. And he's kind of been that high pressure person for us for quite a while.
Did you find it a bit easier to manage the situation when you're out there batting yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't want to be in the change room watching, you want to be batting. So while the period I was out there, you kind of do have a bit of comfort that you got wickets in hand and things are looking solid. But, the game speeds up, certainly on the last day on a turning wicket, and they had some quality spinners that made it very difficult. Not many of us threw our wickets away, and I think that's, as I said, the characters show that the guys really dug deep, and we knew that to win a series, we were going to encounter certain times where you would have to reach a breaking point, basically, and we almost reached that, and the guys hung in, and we managed to pull out the draw.
How much more difficult is it to sort of bat almost out of character when you make 20 and 150 balls batting time? To curb those natural instincts, how difficult is it?
Yeah, listen, it is difficult. As I said, everything, you got to adapt as much as you can. For this team over the last 2 years or so, we've managed to do that kind of surprising feats. I don't know if it's surprising anymore. I mean, I remember a game when AB had batted for 300, almost 300 balls. I think it was Adelaide, and what an attacking player he was. So it was just trying to adapt to the situation. We had a bit of time taken out of the game with the rain delays, but everybody knuckled down and tried their best as possible just to occupy the crease.
Hashim, not very many South African teams have come to Sri Lanka, and one of the last was in 1993, but ever since you've been part of some of those squads who are coming and lost series in here. How tough is it to come to Sri Lanka and play?
It's a very tough place. When we landed on Sri Lankan shores for the one-day series, we knew that we were up for a very, very tough battle. As you know, the record before the coming here was not very good. Fortunately, we won the one-days, and in Test cricket, we knew it was going to be tough as well. Dale's excellent performance in the first Test kind of gave us that victory that kind of made us favourites in many ways. But it was a difficult Test match.
What does it mean to you to come over here in competitions and record?
Well, it means, I can't put it, it's not a tangible thing. It's a really pleasing thing. Certainly being my first series as captain. It's something I have enjoyed it immensely to win here in Sri Lanka. Not many foreign teams come here and do that, and for us to have done it, I'm very thankful to the team for the amount of commitment they've put in.
Hashim, you drove the first Test, you were in control there in South Africa and won it, and this one of course was a different scenario. Which is the bigger challenge, trying to save or trying to win?
Well, when you looked at this Test match, it was almost a mirror of the first Test match, but just the roles were reversed in many ways. I mean, the scores to chase down were almost exactly the same. So to win a Test match, you're always on the upper hand. I mean, you don't have the pressure of having to, when 1 or 2 wickets fall down. But certainly, having stuck out a draw here, that probably has a lot more character building, if you want to call it, because the way everybody applied themselves, the nerves that go with it, the tension, and the fingernails that get bitten in the change room, and it was a lot more probably emotionally draining being out there and watching the guys trying to save the game for us.
South Africa scored less than 2 runs on over in that is 28 seconds, 1.8. Is that a case of option as opposed to plus 400 runs? You are playing for a draw?
Well, after they posted 400 runs, personally I didn't think it was a 400 run wicket on the first day or the first day and a half. I think obviously Sri Lanka batted well, but in the same token we probably gave away too many runs. Being 13 for 2 is not quite the position for you to be able to make an extremely positive play, and that kind of picked us back a bit. And the difference here is when you play in the difference in South Africa is when you open the batting or you're batting up order, you have fast bowlers bowling. There's a lot of gaps in the field, but when spinners are bowling, you've got 4 guys in the ring stopping 1. So it's not as easy to kind of rotate the strike or get off to a good start. So that picked us back a bit, and we couldn't get momentum. And then when we did get some momentum, it was myself and AB in the morning of I think on the 4th morning, we managed to get about 40 runs in 6 or 7 overs or something like that. And that was developing, the start of our development of kind of get a total. And then when AB got out, we won 50 for 5, so it picked us back a bit again. So you can't exactly just say that we closed our shop. I think the kind of context of the game we got to look at, and then I tried to hang in there as long as possible with the low order. So it was a slow-scoring test match for us, but I think credit has to go to the spinners and the Sri Lankan team who made it really difficult for us.
Amla, compared to last 2 years, your player, actually your batsman, did well from the beginning against spinners. What made the difference?
From my last tour?
Yeah.
Well, when I came here the last time, on a personal note, and I'm sure AB as well, you're so new to Test cricket, you don't really have a lot of experience to draw on playing spinners, and we came here facing Murali, who was a legend himself, so it was quite difficult at that stage. But after now close to 10 years of international experience with myself, AB, Dale who's played here, and other guys as well, having played in the subcontinent, you do have a lot more experience playing spinners, especially the quality Sri Lankan spinners that we had on show at the series. So the difference was probably the experience and obviously a better game than what we had, from that experience and playing in other subcontinents.
Hashim, Vernon Philander has showed some decent batting form on this tournament. What was his state of mind when the 8th wicket went down?
Mone is a legend. We never want to put Mone in that situation. I think the way this first is the way he bowled. I think this series he is probably one of our underrated. We didn't get as much accolades, but him picking up his 200 wicket was brilliant. And nearly every spell I remember him bowling, he certainly gave his heart out, which was very brilliant. And then coming back in front, you don't want him to go and face the ball, especially being on that. I think he got a first ball in the first innings, so you didn't want him to have the anxiety and the nervousness of having to save the game for us. But he was nervous, but he kept reassuring me, and he kept telling me that he's up for it, whatever it is to come. I was like, brilliant.
Hashim, as the captain, what would you say makes South Africa such a difficult team to beat? Because, like you said, after Adelaide and Joburg, teams will just not know how many overs should they be bowling to this test side.
I think there's quite a few qualities that the team has developed over the years. We certainly came to Sri Lanka with a great amount of hunger to succeed. Many the one-day team and the test team have gone through some sort of changes, and the personnel that came in, like in the first test, we had Faro who did well, we had Dino who got 100, and JP got 100 back end. So the personnel the workload was shared from a batting plan in the first test. So that really helps that helps keep the team ticking along. So there are many attributes, I think, as well. The guys have a lot of resilience. Obviously, it's a South African team who are very proud and passionate in representing their country and never want to throw the wicket away or always want to go down fighting. And then the way we batted today, we tried our best to hang in there, and it worked out for us. On another day, we may not win the game, but it's the character that you show that, for me as a captain, is the most important.
Thanks.